Hi everybody. I've made these kits that are very earthy linen and botanical print kits with some interesting yarns that I've included. So I thought I will start with trying to make something from it myself. And let's see how we go. We've got some eco-printed fabric that was made from wattles. And this one's got a salmon colour linen. There's pinky tones in that botanical print. And here, that lovely tan linen and that interesting net. It's a linen blend and nice and soft. Look how it fringes beautifully. Now that's a choice. You can fringe your edges. You could sew them down with a machine and as a seam and not have them showing. This is all totally up to you. See, the linen does a nice fringe as well. But what it also does is you can draw threads out and leave gaps. Because it's a warp and a weft of threads make any material. So if you can pull these threads out, and then this one, it does it lovely. And you end up with those lines. Or you can just pull it like this and get these lovely organic kind of shapes where the colours underneath show through. Here I am grabbing this salmon coloured linen and I am pulling quite a few threads out. Look at that. And now I would just start with thinking, what do I want? How you'd layer them up. What could I have? Something on top of something else? I don't know. But you just keep playing and placing things somewhere and get some ideas as to what you would like to do. I also have this, wow, what is it? Really interesting. It's a hard mesh, almost like a canvas in a very natural colour. This is, a journal I made and I covered it in fabric where I'd done this really nice slow stitch project. And I keep interesting things in there. But I was thinking, well, I could make another. Let's do that as a project to show what we could make from this pack. So that will give us some dimensions to get started. And I'm just looking at this lovely salmon piece of linen. It's a heavier one, and it could easily be a background that we could sew the lighter ones to. But it's not enough, so I would need two pieces. I'm thinking to use this thick tan kind of colour, and I'm going to use the selvage and cover it with that. I'll stitch through to just tack the two together and then put the book on top and leaving a nice seam allowance, maybe 2.5 centimeters or an inch, around, and I'll know that it will cover my book, or it'll at least make the front cover. And now I'm pulling out threads and I'm stacking things on here, and I'm just thinking what would look good. So I'm starting to assemble my layers. I'll cut bits down. That's just the leftovers from the piece that I've popped on the bottom. But I can use another bit, you see, so why don't I use that as a focal point? It's a great thing. Can you see how we could pop that on a light colour and it adds an emphasis in the centre. Here I'm just using the grid of these straight lines on that to tidy it up. This one here I'm just cutting down a little bit. Don't need all of that. Might use it on something else. But I popped it underneath the net that I have, the linen blend. And I've already frayed the edges. I'm just going to pull some threads out like I did there, just because it allows some of the background through it. It continues that colour through the design. and just adds interest, I think. You could easily thread something through there if you wanted. You could stitch through it. You could do a lot of things with those gaps that you're leaving in those fabrics. I've got this piece here of linen that I had tried to pull these organic kind of shapes in, and I could layer that down too. Remembering that it's about an inch off to go around that book. Those areas aren't going to be used, so you focus on what's going to be in the center and just have a little bit on the outsides. Just popping a pin in here to say yes through all those layers. That's where I want it. And now I've grabbed one of the yarns that come with this pack. You could, all of these things are useful to you whether or not you have the same pack. It's looking and learning how to use fabrics and to the best advantage. This one frays very easy, and you can pull those threads out. And what a perfect idea to then thread a yarn through it. And it needn't go through all of it. You can just put it through part and then maybe couch the rest on. But as it's there, why not use it? So that's what I've done there. I've threaded a decorative yarn through. It's more like a ribbon. It's really very pretty. And another thing it's doing is it's adding a dark colour in. Can you see? You should always have contrast. If everything's the same colour, it's a little boring. You need to have a highlight and a shadow. So I'm putting some darker colour in. Now, what about this lovely fabric? This is a eco-printed one that I did long ago, and this one I did with wattle. Well, the wattle was flowering, so I tried all of these different fabrics. This is a linen, and it's done it really nicely. I'm trying different places where I might want it. It certainly fits. It was because of this fabric that I decided to go towards this salmon and copper and tan colouring, because it was in that fabric. So with all of these lovely yarns that I've got, I can couch them. As you've seen, I can thread them through. I can stitch with some of them, and that's all part of the experimentation process. This one here, I'm not going to do, everything has sort of been blocky, and I'm going to do a nice wavy line through to just break up those blocks. And I'm just going to use a simple running stitch. Another thing that I would like to mention is that, one of the threads I'm using to do all the stitching is a yarn, but it's like got maybe 12 different strands in it, and I'm using those strands separately as a cotton. So look at everything differently and see what you can come up with. Here I've got a craft card, just a bit of cardboard, and I'm going to cut out a circle. I would quite like to have some more of that eco-printed fabric, and I'm thinking, remember how you used to cover buttons? Maybe I'll do that with this circle of cardboard. I would have to cut something, maybe 1/4 of an inch or a centimetre, something like that, around that shape. Now if I'm going to sew it on, I probably should add a bit of a hole in the centre of that card as well. I'll just use my scissors to do that and just poke a hole in the centre. But I think that would be a good idea. That's another interesting thing we can do with fabric. It doesn't always need to be flat. So looking at that, I'm thinking, okay, well, let's pop a hole in first, or we can't attach it. You can use a hole punch, but I'm just as good with the scissors like this.
What I'm going to do now is use a plain thread, put a knot in it, and then I'm going to use my needle and I'm just going to go in and out like a running stitch, a little bit in from the edge, but wider than the card, the circle. And then when I pull it, it'll pull all of that in around that circle. So we have a nice circle shape. Now I'll do a couple of stitches behind just to anchor it from one side to the next, like that. And that's maybe another one, right to left and north to south. And then whilst I've got that thread on, I'm just going to go up through the center, decide where I want it, and do stitches that radiate out from it, and that will hold it on. It'll add some interest. It's got a little bit more of that fabric in. It's quite nice to use little bits of it here and there. Have a look at it there. That worked quite well. Yes. So I'm going to do a little bit more couching. I brought these interesting yarns out. I may as well get them down. Sometimes I'll do straight lines and sometimes I'll do nice wavy lines. I think the wavy lines sort of make it more organic looking. This is your design. You can do what you like. I'm just giving you ideas. So I'm looking at this one. It's a coppery ribbon kind of yarn. And I'm just wondering if I can use it to thread through. The previous one I did, it's like a ladder, that one. It's got holes in between. And I'm thinking, okay, I could thread it through or have it underneath. Just experiment with what you have and see what you can come up with. Now I'm stitching through that to hold that down. Now it's not all simple running stitch. Now that you've got a background as such, you could start adding in some decorative stitches. I have this lovely copper, kind of a woven kind of yarn, like a rope, that kind of woven. Anyway, I'm doing some fly stitches now, and you can use decorative stitches like this to hold your pieces down. It doesn't have to always be running stitch around straight lines. You can use something decorative. That's what I'm doing here. These fly stitches will go from one square through to another. But I finished that and now I have a little bit left. And what I'm doing is I love to find a second use for yarns. That one I pull and it just unravels. So when it has, I have more yarn I can use. And I'm trying it here with some stitching to see what happens then. Okay. But probably it would be best to couch it on. But it's interesting to see what we can do and try different things. Here's one here. It's a nice brown one, and it would do the same thing. It would pull. I'll use, see, there it is there. It's gone very curly, fluffy kind of look. But whilst it's still in its normal form, I can use it to sew with.
Sometimes you just have to walk away and come back with a fresh eye. Now I had decided it was way too glittery for me, so I've made some changes. So don't be frightened to change your mind. One thing I did was I put this brown here and I couched it on, and it led to this button.
So I ended up taking some bits off and obscuring others. let's have a look at some of the things I did. There was that coppery ribbon across. That was it. I cut it off. Don't be frightened to change your mind. Here's that coppery one that I had pulled and it had fluffed up and become unraveled. I couched it on. And here I decided I wanted a little bit more of the eco-printed fabric. I attached it with some seed stitch. Up here I added a little bit more fly stitch that was in a different colour. I used some crosses there to attach the rest of that brown. It's looking quite good. But at this stage you could add what you wanted, really. You've got a great background. Maybe you want to add some yellow. Turquoise might be nice. Turquoise and copper colours go beautifully. I'm going to stick with the natural theme though, and I'm going to grab out something whiter because it is still very mid and dark. Yeah, look at that, richer. We could have the salmon colour darker, some gold, maybe some buttons. And it's up to you what you do to suggest your focal point, but look at how nicely that works. That's adds some lightness, adds something interesting. Here are some more lovely buttons. And if they're in small groupings, they can look great. Especially if you've got, you know, coconut buttons or, you know, ones made from shell or something. They really do look great. Brass. And whilst I have some left over of this cotton that I attached those buttons with, I'm going to do a few embroidery stitches just to attach something else and add interest. And it's at the moment it's detached chain stitch, and it looks good. But the whole point is of the exercise is to find different ways to use things, is to use your little scraps, find out the properties of the yarns and what works best for it. And the fabrics as well. It's just a great experimental piece and lots of fun. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, don't forget to press like and subscribe. These kits are available for a short time on my Etsy shop, and you'll find the link below. But whether you get the kit or not, I hope this has given you some great ideas on how you can use different fabrics.